congratulations.
Thank you very much.
4th place.
Yeah, very
How
happy
does it
with
feel?
that. No, amazing, amazing. I mean, I'll be honest, after, like, the money thing and that, I was just... Wherever I finished, I was happy, and I expected to be going 6th or 5th, so to go 4th is brilliant.
OK. We can't not acknowledge the fact that you're sat here with a briefcase full of cash.
Yeah.
That is yours.
Yeah.
But also, you've got a new haircut. Just whip it off and let's have a look.
There you go.
Got rid of all of it.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the money and cash bomb, let's rewind right to the beginning.
Yeah.
And a few days in, you were voted as the early winner's favourite of the show.
Yeah.
Now, did you feel like that was a blessing or a bit of a curse to you?
In a way, it's an amazing thing to know that people obviously like what you're doing, you're entertaining them, which is great, but obviously it's a lot of pressure early on for people to say to you, oh, you know what, you're going to win. And a lot of people did over the first week from people saying, oh, and when you get voted that, it's very much a lot of pressure on your shoulders. But obviously I'm quite humbled to have had that, so it's an amazing thing.
Do you feel like does it put a filter on you? Do you have to be careful about, because you know that you're a favourite and it's so early on, I mean, there are weeks and weeks to go. Do you feel like you need to be careful about what you say and what you do and don't change? And do you know what I mean? Does all of that go through your head?
I would say never. I've just been myself in the house, you know. Obviously I've gone through phases where I've been very up, and I've had phases where I've been a bit grumpy, a bit old-manish, but that's just me. That's how my friends know I act, and that's how I act. So.
I love Grumpy Jack.
No, thank you.
You are quite grumpy.
I can be, yeah.
But I quite like it.
Yeah, thank you.
I do. You had the chance to take a car, though.
Yeah.
Why not? Why?
Because I didn't sign up for an experience to leave after 4 days. That was not my prerogative. I came to do a show and to make as many days as I can, and I'm so happy that I made the last day. That was my aim, and I've done that, so...
Did you ever regret it? Because you were very much on a high at the beginning, and then you kind of fell out of favour because Grumpy Jack emerged. Yeah. Was there ever a time when you went, maybe I should have taken that
There
bloody
were
car?
moments, to be fair, after the 4 in, 4 out, and there were certain, like, crap days where I thought to myself, I said it sometimes like sort of a joke, like, oh, I could have been gone by now, sort of thing, but no, never any regrets of it. I was always going to be happy leaving no matter what, looking back.
So where did Grumpy Jack come from?
Well, it's something that's been there the whole time, but...
What made him come out there, though?
Because sometimes I can't be happy 24/7, and sometimes...
Why?
Well, I'd say after the 4 in, 4 out night, I struggle with change, and when it all changed in the house, like with new face and that, I really struggled to adapt, and that's where it just came out of nowhere, really. But it is one of my character sides. You
also seem to struggle with nominations.
Yeah.
You don't like being nominated.
No, the thing is
Jack, you don't like being nominated.
No, but I always said if people were going to nominate me, I wouldn't mind being nominated as long as people nominate for a valid reason. Yeah. I didn't see waking someone up to do a task a valid reason. I didn't see, because, oh, someone doesn't connect with me because they haven't got the balls to nominate someone else isn't a valid reason. So if people had a real reason for choosing me,
what about you didn't seem happy with Sam's reason either, and she nominated you for being angry and a bit grumpy.
Yeah. No, it was...
Which you just said.
It was true, but I did say after the time that I kind of accepted the fact that she was going to choose me over Chloe. I knew that was going to happen. Yeah. It got to a point where I wasn't willing to nominate Chloe, so I knew if Sam went, she was going to pick me, and when Sam did, it was just a natural reaction.
But you do have to nominate, and sometimes you do come down to the point where you have to nominate over silly reasons.
Yeah, no, it's very true. It's very true.
Let's talk about Cash Bomb.
Yeah.
Because you have got a suitcase there, a briefcase, sorry, with, is it £23,900?
Yeah. Thank you.
This week seemed to be a real test of everyone's strength with money, but also everyone's genuine friendships in the house. Yeah. Everybody seems to have been knocked by it. Who has been the most affected by the Cash Week?
What, in terms of maybe, like, the person...
Just how people change. Everybody changed
There was a reaction because suddenly it went from a situation where it was a team and people seemed to state that I was going by myself, but it seemed like everyone was like, no, you've got to do that for the money. I was a bit disappointed when I didn't refuse to cut my dressing gown and everyone was saying, oh, you should have done that, you should have done that. But, you know, that's the way it was. I think tensions rose because... Obviously, for the pot, people wanted to keep raising it, and tasks were a lot more stressful.
Well, everybody said, it's the winner's money, it's the winner's money, it's the winner's money. And then all of a sudden, someone was offered money.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a few people were offered money.
And of which I accepted the £5 grand.
And it was taken, yeah absolutely. £23,900. Did you ever think twice about pressing that button?
No, never. I mean, throughout the day, the money wasn't added onto the prize fund. I assumed there was going to be some sort of twist. When I walked to the room, saw the buzzer and saw the cash, I thought, right, this is what's coming.
Did you ever feel guilty?
No, never, because at the end of the day, everyone had the entitlement to press the button, and I had already stated that if it had come to it, I would do it. So I knew Christian was going to press. I feel a little bit bad for Christian, because I know he would have wanted to do it.
Why do you think you kind of got away with it? No one gave you a hard time,
no.
But Chloe got so much grief for £5 grand. Why do you think it was OK for you?
I kind of feel like the reason why we didn't necessarily think of a grief for the £5 grand, it was just because I wanted her to take the money. I was glad she did. It was just throughout the week, we were constantly told, oh, don't do that because you're going to affect the prize fund, or, you know, you have to do that for the prize fund because that's for the winner. But then when someone else dips into it, you kind of think, well, hang on a minute, you've been telling us all week to do that. And it's a little bit, but she's brilliant, and, you know, I'm buzzing for her that she's got that, which is great for her.
Jack, thank you.